Just too good here. And the other day I was able to interview Jonathan Bennink, the lead designer of Lego Super Mario, which was awesome. We did it on Zoom, of all places, so I'll be fitting in some dead spots with clips from official Lego Super Mario promotional material. So I hope you guys enjoy.
So I guess we'll start the interview. So thank you for joining me today, Jonathan. It's very nice to talk to you. And I guess we'll just get straight into it. So what was your reaction for being approached by Lego to work on Lego Super Mario?
Like my personal reaction as I got got assigned to the project. We have the saying in Dutch, which I don't think it translates to English, but I jumped a hole in the air. Like I was that happy to be able to work with like my childhood heroes, both on Lego, because Lego is already a dream job, and then be able to work with Nintendo and then with Suzuka-san being the creative lead who invented, together with Miyamoto, he made the first Mario game in the 80s. He's the creative lead on Nintendo side, so that was just a very humbling experience, I can say. Yeah.
No, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. May I ask, what was your favorite Mario game?
Yeah, Mario 64.
Oh, that's probably my favorite too. So you have good taste. Yeah. So here's what I'm wondering. So at the start, was this course building electronic system the first idea, or were you guys considering something like Mario Kart sets or traditional minifigure sets before you came up with this course building style?
This wasn't our first kind of idea. I mean, we had about 8 ideas that we kind of as a department proposed to Nintendo, and I can't really go into what those are because we can't share those. But one of them was an interactive figure, and in this case a Mario form, and that simply got the most votes from Nintendo's people, and we also really liked it. So. But of course, it doesn't mean that we then do it. But then we made a prototype, a first prototype of Mario. And he just had a display and a speaker, and that was about it. And a very rough 3D print. But we just all instantly fell in love with him. And when we showed kids in focus group, they were like, "Oh, it's Mario in Lego. That's so clever. That's so cool." Kind of like your reaction now.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, okay, we have to do this. Like, this is... of course, we worked through insights, but also like our gut feeling was just that we loved this little red plumber in brick form. But then came the challenge of what do we do with him? So we made a lot of like more digital based games where you can kind of move him around and kind of play Wii and Switch like games on it. And even though there was a lot of fun, there was no Lego DNA. So when we took that back to to our leadership, they were like, "Yeah, that's nice, but why is it a Lego product?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's a good question." So then we had to kind of go back to the drawing board, and then during one of the online brainstorms with the Kyoto team, we just came up with this idea of the start and the finish, and then building levels for Mario, and then that kind of evolved into that you get 60 seconds and you collect coins on the bricks. And then we came up with the color reading, which in the beginning we were using RFID to kind of get a little chip in here with RFID. But then first of all, that takes a lot of power from the reader itself. The reader that you use to kind of enter a building, they blast a lot of power through there. But of course, Mario only has a limited amount of power, and we don't want you guys to change batteries every hour. So it's slow, and it's also, it also has some benefits, of course, like it can't be copied. But I think, it's just up to us to make the sets so attractive that people want to buy them anyway. And then we also put the color reader in there, and that really allowed to also use your own bricks that you have at home. Which we think is a really good Lego promise to be backwards compatible.
So wait, sorry to interrupt, but the color reader, so to get coins, does it read certain colors, or like what is it exactly with that?
Yeah, so he reads the 4 of the basic colors from Lego. So these 4, and so green, blue, yellow, and red. And you can use any bricks. So these are actually not from the starter course, but just from my own bin. And as I walk on them, you get coins from them.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, that's pretty awesome.
So you read colors and then do an action. So walking or jumping or flipping. And that's how you. Depending on what mode, if you get the star, for instance, or if you get something else, something you'll have to discover yourself. Then you can get more coins from the Lego colors.
So yeah, what does stuff like the star or the mushroom do? Like, because I know they have a poly bag with a mushroom that they revealed or whatever. Like, do those have any interaction?
I can talk about the mushroom.
Okay.
The mushroom, it works kind of like in the game. Mario can't become bigger, unfortunately. There are some physical limitations. We can't grow.
Of course.
But he gets a shield basically. So if I, for instance, go onto the platform here, now I get coins. But if I fall off, then you can see that he's all dizzy.
Oh, see, I didn't even know. Wow, that's awesome. That it interacts when it falls off. That's awesome.
and now you basically can't do anything with him for 3 seconds, which isn't like a bad thing, of course. It's kind of funny, but you're gonna lose out on the time to collect coins. So the mushroom actually acts as a shield. So if you have the mushroom, you fall off, you don't get that time penalty. But of course, you consume the mushroom. And maybe try, not falling off and then bringing the mushroom to the finish and see what happens.
Well, when he interacts with enemies, so like if he runs into an enemy, does that damage him, or like how does that work?
No. The enemies get damaged, like in the game. So here we have the Goomba.
Oh, so he gets coins by jumping on him. Okay.
Yeah, and you get the iconic sound from the.
I love that.
From the Goomba.
So, like with those RFIDs, right? If that's the right term, the 2x.
No, they're not RFIDs. So we switched from RFID to color barcodes or action bricks, as we like to call them.
Okay, so they're color barcodes. I see on the top of those characters. So, like with those, are those stickers or prints?
Yeah, so they are stickers, but they are for the first time in Lego pre-applied stickers. Because they are so important to how the whole sets work, and sometimes kids find it difficult to place the stickers. I know that adult fans of Lego have less trouble there, but some kids, they just kind of don't put them on correctly and then they wear off. Or so we thought it's important that these always work. So we actually have a machine that takes the stickers from the sheet and puts it on a brick. Yeah.
Okay. So how many? So those are just for those tags, right? Are the printing on the characters stickers too?
No, they are what you expect from. From us.
Awesome.
The Bowser Jr. is just decorations.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how many pieces make up Mario? Is it just one piece, or does he? Because it looked like he had some 1x1s or something on the side or something.
You can take off the hat.
Oh, as you can see. Awesome! Can I see the underside of the hat? If possible.
Yeah, the light is going down a little bit. Maybe I can. If I can. Don't know if this is better, so you can see.
Oh yeah. No, that's awesome.
All right.
Is that
I'll
hat?
Just turn off the light behind me. Hold on 1 second.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I think it might actually interfere with the camera. Yeah, that's maybe better. And then you can take off his belly buttons.
Yeah, awesome.
And are those ears as well?
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured, because those ears looked like 1x1s, so I like that. I like that.
Yeah, they are
pieces and stuff.
And then the arms are opposable.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Not the legs though.
Then he has one more trick up his sleeve, but you'll have to stay tuned for that one.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, I was going to ask, what do we refer to this course system as? Because it's not like a minifigure set or anything like that. Like, what's the name for this course builder or something? Or do we just call it the course builder?
You mean the starter course itself, or
no? This whole system of courses and stuff. Is there a specific internal name? Because it's just easier to refer to it.
No, and we use this. We just call it like a modular system. Because the way that we made these modules, as you can see, it's really easy for people to take apart levels and to rearrange them without completely taking apart the whole module itself.
I see.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, with those new pieces you've made for characters like Koopa Troopa and stuff like that, it seems like you guys chose to make some new elements, but they could have been made of existing pieces. So what was the reasoning behind that for some of the characters? Like, I think Koopa Troopa's spell or something like that could have been made, but yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, of course, Bowser Jr.'s shield would be quite tricky because it has
I see.
of course. Yeah.
Okay.
And the shield itself as well, I think you definitely can build it, but it just has this certain kind of shape. Also with the the bevels here, that we had to find this balance between making sure that the characters kind of align with Mario as a stylistic, because here's the ghost, that's Boo. And Boo is of course round in the game, but here he's completely square because Mario is also a square guy in Lego. But then again, his cap, for instance, is so iconic, and Nintendo was very adamant that we make that one as is the cap in the video games, because he's his cap is everything to him. So that's why it's a sculpted element, and then the same goes for other characters, where we have the Koopa Links, and they all kind of share this. So here we have Dry Bones, and he again has the same element but in a different color, and the action brick actually goes inside it.
Oh, I see.
And then with a little stick you can remove it.
Interesting. Okay. I see.
So yeah, it was a balance between making sure that it looks like the things in the video game, but also works with the style of the rest of the line, where everything is brick built.
Yeah, I like that it does have, it looks very, even if these aren't minifigures, they look very Lego-like. They look very brick-like, but they also look like the characters. I think that was a cool balance. I was going to say, was there a scaling? Is this always the scale you had those figures at, or was it something you scaled up or something?
Yeah, we did scale up a little bit. The original prototype was quite smaller, but also because it was actually a nice anecdote where I asked our engineers to we used like an Arduino based system, and I asked my engineers to cut off the antenna for the Wi-Fi chip. We were using Wi-Fi back then to prototype, and the Wi-Fi was really bad, like the reception, and it didn't work in tests. And then one of the Nintendo engineers opened my prototype up, and he was laughing at me. I said, you can't just cut off an antenna from a Wi-Fi chip. They're designed in a certain way to work, And I was like, yeah, but I want them to be as low as possible. It was quite funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, okay. Maybe let maybe not me design it, but have Nintendo do what they're good at, right? But in the end, we ended up using 2 AAA batteries, and they just come at a certain size. So that in the end dictated the overall size, and I have to give a shout out to our engineers who did a really, really good job of making him as low as they, as you can possibly have, without, with still having 2 AAA batteries in there.
How do you access those?
And the sensor underneath.
How do you access the batteries, if you could show?
You access them from the back, and there's a little there's a little screw as well.
Okay.
That's really.
I see. So was the electronic system more? I've heard that it was more of Lego's idea, or was that more of Nintendo's idea, or what?
The electronic system.
Yeah,
so to make it electronic.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's like combined ideas. I think first we had like this brainstorm together, and then we consolidated those into 8 ideas, and then we had like our management vote and Nintendo management vote, and then we took it from there. So it's it's collaboration.
Okay, I see. So I asked my viewers if they had questions for you. So Weston Ailes asked, how does the overall gameplay work? Is there a score system, or do you just win or lose? And can you elaborate more on how a round would go?
Yeah, so Mario collects coins as you enter levels. You can also collect coins just by not entering a level and then just play the functions itself. But you don't get now I got 10 coins. There you go. That was lucky. But you don't get the tally at the end. So the moment I start a level, I get 60 seconds, and then I get and that in that time I collect coins by going on the bricks, by working the challenges and winning the challenges, defeating the enemies, getting lucky on the question mark block. The piranha slider has a time block, so that gives me a little bit extra time.
Wait, so does Mario have to
level.
jump on the time block to get it, or does he do it like in the games? Okay, so he jumped on it here.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, we can't really. This is actually how it works in the game, right? But
I think the other way is better, like where you jump on it.
Yeah, exactly. The head is there, so we couldn't do that.
I understand.
That was one of the compromises we had to make. But yeah, then you get a coin score at the end, and you can ask somebody else to see if they can beat it. There's no real losing, I would say. Maybe if you just go from start to finish directly, you don't get any coins, but that's still up to you if you want to do that. I can demo the piranha slider, which is my personal favorite set, because it just demos really well. It's been developed not developed for 2 years, but 2.5 years. It's been the first kind of function that we made.
Really?
And this one has the action brick in it as well. So Mario knows if you put him on, the music changes. And this one demonstrates really well what we're trying to do with bringing Mario gameplay to Lego bricks without actually making it into a video game. Because here, you move from left to right, and the faster I move, the more coins I get. And at one point, you can get in a 2-coin mode and 3-coin mode, and you get a lot of coins if you're good at it. But if you hit the sides, you can see that. I don't know if you can see, but Mario gets into a no coin mode for 1 second, where you can't collect coins, and also the counter kind of resets again. So it's a risk reward thing. And what I love about this is that anybody can do it, but there is a real trick to getting better at this. And of course, you can't just do this. It doesn't work as well, actually, but Mario at least doesn't fall off. But it's just not fun,
Yeah, no, you got to play the real game.
You're kind of cheating yourself,
Exactly.
And, as you do in a video game where you enter a cheat code, sure, you can do that, but it's probably more fun to play as it is intended.
So that's like, that itself is a different challenge than the courses, right?
Yeah, so that's why this set actually has the time block in it, because kids can kind of spend and big kids, sorry, can spend a little bit of time there. So that's why there's a time block there, so you can feel a little bit more relaxed about trying this out. You can also use it as a bridge to get from one high platform to another, and in between you go on the piranha slider and you just go between them a few times.
So that set specifically, like, there's no goal to it, it just has a timer, right? Or does every set have that, where you have the timer? Like is there a goal? Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get where you. So the idea is to basically to populate your level with your own favorite challenges.
Okay.
You decide yourself how long you spend on those, and the game, or not really the game mechanics, because it's not a video game, but the mechanics are designed in such a way that we want you to spend more time on the platform. So for instance, here we have the rotating platform, which you can just use as an A to B thing, from here to here, and then you get 1 coin. But if you jump on it and you actually do a full rotation and you go back and forth, you can hear you get it actually falls off. You can hear you get double coins, because you're spending more time on it, and you're getting out there and risking a little bit falling off. So we reward you for that.
I see. Okay. So I'm wondering, are all those sounds from Mario pre-programmed in, or is that something that comes from the chips, or not chips, but the color ID thing? I don't know if that's possible, but because in the future, will they add more music? Will they add more sounds, or is it always just set like that? You know what I'm saying?
No, Mario has Bluetooth, as you can see.
Oh, okay.
And he connects to a companion app. So we're proud to say that once you're all set up, you don't actually need the companion app to play, because everything is happening in the bricks. But you do need the companion app to set up the game, and this is because we need to update Mario to work with all the expansion sets, also possible future sets.
Yeah, that's okay.
We will undoubtedly launch, so we can update his sounds and his music and the things he says.
Yeah.
But the companion app, the biggest reason for the companion app to be there is actually the way that we onboard people to the experience, because we've tried with paper building instructions and putting like arrows on the paper, like this is how you jump with Mario, and people just skip it. If it's not a building instruction, they skip it because kids think it's optional. And also, it's quite hard to explain all these things in like icons and graphs, because how to use the platform with not hold Mario, but use it as with the stick at the end, or so we just found out that using small videos of 5 seconds are the best way to get you to understand this. Not everybody can have a half an hour with one of the Lego designers, unfortunately. So people have to find out, and then the app is the best tool for that, where we can onboard onboard the users to the play experience. And then all the
Oh no!
Sorry?
Keep going on. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no. Then the app also has all the building instructions. So all the building instructions for the whole line are completely digital. And this is again to make sure that kids get to the videos. And also we found that a lot of kids actually prefer the 3D instructions, because they can move around the object much better. It's also there are other benefits for the digital instructions as well. Then the app is there to give you level ideas. So we don't actually give you a final instruction for the starter course, but there are loads of blueprints, as we call them, in the app. And those blueprints are designed by Lego builders, but also by Nintendo builders or Nintendo designers to give you new ideas for levels. Some of them are completed, others are incomplete, clouded. So you have to, you see the beginning and you see the end. And a cool way to use maybe the rotating platform as a decision point for Mario instead of a platform, but then you have to fill in the bits in between yourself that you think would be fun. And the inspiration section will also feature photos of levels and coin scores by by fans, so by people like you who go build a really cool level, take a cool picture. Attach the coin score to it, and also how you got the coins. So the top 3 ways of how you got the coins will be uploaded with it.
Hearing all of this makes me very happy, because I was like worried that there wouldn't be much interaction with the scores and everything, which would make the scores and coin scores and stuff and building stuff. But to see that there's you guys are going to make like a community out of this through the app or something.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, that would be the best thing that could happen, is that kids and adult fans of Lego can just go out there, build a lot of levels, and then keep the fire burning itself. Of course, we'll add things to it if we need to. But ideally, people will just share levels and then take on each other's challenges.
Okay. Cool,
and then we also have a weekly challenge, actually. That's a new way to use some of the bricks, or to give you some of the hints that I've just given you on, like, try to do this and this, but then how to use that in the level.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So Lego Mission X asked, was it always the plan to reveal it on March 10th, or was that your idea?
That was always the idea, to be honest.
Really? It's like, okay,
spells, because it spells MAR 10. Yeah.
Mario. Awesome. Okay. Daniel Glassman asked, how long did it take to develop this system of Lego Mario? Like, how many years?
Yeah, so that's over 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after we said, like, this is the idea we're chasing, so that's when we made the first prototype. That was in the summer of 2016.
See, that's interesting to me, because, I mean, I don't know if I can talk about it here, but like the Connect sets were out at that time. So there was almost like an overlap of licenses between competitors. So it's interesting that you guys were developing it there. But let me see. A lot of people are asking, is there going to be a multiplayer aspect to this? I guess the community of the app kind of has that, but like, is there a way with the actual physical sets of a multiplayer aspect?
So what we see in a lot of focus groups is that this is a really cool group activity to do. You can't like connect them together or something, so there's no multiplayer with two Marios, but you can of course share it around the table, and it's a really good way to enjoy playing with Lego together. I think a lot of kids already enjoy building Lego together, but then they're gonna role play and it's in their head and it's kind of difficult to share. But now with Mario, he kind of shares it for you, for everybody to enjoy. And you know, like you do online, where you can share coin scores with each other. We think that the offline social or multiplayer, or the analog, as we call it in the project, is actually going to be really, really big, where kids would just build levels all day for their parents to try when they're at home, or make it into a group activity, like who can build the longest level and get the most amount of coins, the most difficult level. I think that's it's inherently a social experience because Mario is talking, and it's you can see what you do to him. So
I love that, just how animated he is too, like with all the expressions and everything.
we put a lot of effort in just making him feel alive. Also, when you jump and when you flip him, he says like random things or different things. He doesn't keep saying the same things over and over again to kind of make him just feel like he's your friend, and he's an alive character.
That's awesome.
And we spend a lot of time on the shade of the blue. Mario's eyes are so important that they are this perfect type of blue.
I see. Okay, well, Mel Horror Productions said, "Greetings from a fellow Dutchie," and he asked, "What other Lego sets have you designed, and what themes do you hope to work on in the future?"
Goedenavond. Goedemiddag. Bedankt voor je vraag. Thank you for your question. So I worked on Lego Dimensions first. For the first
makes
2
sense.
years of my Lego career. Which was also a lot of fun with a lot of different IPs. We did a lot of crazy stuff with Dimensions as well. But of course, it was all about putting a toy inside a video game, and then the play would continue in the video game. So
this is kind of like the opposite.
So it exactly, that was Toys to Life, and this is Life to Toys.
I love that. Okay.
So what we wanted to do differently with this line is that the main play is actually in the bricks instead of on the console.
Exactly. All right. Well, I mean, I don't have.
What was the second part of her question?
Oh, they said what themes do you hope to work on in the future?
What themes? Okay. That's a good question. I mean, I love to do more Nintendo stuff. But let's see.
We all want more Nintendo, and that was most of the comments. I know obviously you can't answer what's coming in the future, but they were like, give us Zelda, give us a Luigi figure, minifigures, yada yada. So I want to address that. Obviously he can't answer what's coming in the future, guys, for those listening, and we all want the same thing, so who knows. But anyways, thank you so much for this interview. Like I learned a lot personally about this system, and cool. I hope everybody's as excited as I am for this.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, and it was a true pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much. All right. Well.
All right. Cool. Looking forward to your video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to get my hands on that. The Mario. That's so cool.
You'll get it soon enough.
Yes. All right. Well, for everybody watching, see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.